Long before modern nations existed, a hidden war exploded in the spiritual realm, beyond human sight or understanding. This was not mythology or legend, but a real conflict recorded quietly in ancient biblical prophecy. A war so powerful that it delayed answers to prayer and reshaped the destiny of entire empires. Heaven and hell collided, not on earth, but in the unseen dimensions surrounding humanity. Angels moved with divine authority, while dark powers fought desperately to maintain control over nations. The battlefield was invisible, yet its consequences echoed throughout history and still affect the world today. At the center of this conflict stood an ordinary man with an extraordinary faith named Daniel. Daniel prayed with sincerity, fasting and seeking wisdom from God, with humility and persistence. The moment his prayer left his lips, heaven responded immediately, without hesitation or delay. But although heaven answered instantly, the response never reached Daniel when expected. Days passed, then weeks followed, and silence filled the space where answers should have arrived. Unknown to Daniel, a supernatural war had erupted the moment his prayer was released. A powerful angel was sent by God, carrying divine revelation meant specifically for Daniel. Yet that angel encountered resistance in the heavenly realms before reaching the earth. The resistance was not human, political, or physical, but entirely spiritual and terrifyingly powerful. Scripture identifies this enemy as the Prince of Persia, a ruling demon over an empire. This was no symbolic metaphor, but a real demonic authority assigned to influence Persia's destiny. Empires on earth were mirrored by rulers in darkness, operating behind the scenes. The demon of Persia stood directly against heaven's messenger with violent supernatural opposition. For 21 days, the angel and the demon clashed in relentless spiritual combat. Light battled darkness, while truth struggled against deception in realms humans could never see. The angel fought valiantly, yet the power of Persia's demon was overwhelming alone. Heaven understood that greater authority was required to break the demonic resistance. That is when Michael the archangel was dispatched from heaven's throne. Michael was not a messenger, but a warrior designed for spiritual warfare. His presence alone carried the weight of divine judgment and unstoppable authority. When Michael entered the battle, the balance of power shifted immediately. Darkness that once resisted began to tremble under heaven's command. Persia's strongest demon could not withstand the authority assigned to Michael. The demonic resistance collapsed, and the angel was finally released. After 21 days, Daniel received the message heaven had sent from the beginning. The angel explained that the delay was not God's silence, but spiritual warfare. Daniel learned that prayer initiates battles far beyond human awareness. His faith had triggered angelic movement and demonic opposition simultaneously. The message revealed something even more alarming about the world's structure. Every major nation operates under unseen spiritual influence, whether divine or demonic. Governments change, kings rise, but spiritual powers remain active behind the scenes. The angel warned that another demon, a prince of Greece, would soon rise. This revealed a terrifying pattern, shaping world history through unseen conflicts. What humans call politics, heaven recognizes as spiritual warfare. Earthly events are shadows of battles first fought in the unseen realm. Prayer is not passive speech. It is a declaration that moves heaven's armies. When believers pray, angels are dispatched and darkness is confronted. Resistance does not mean failure. It means your prayer has real impact. Delay is often proof that something powerful is happening behind the curtain. Heaven never ignores faith, even when silence feels unbearable. God's answers sometimes travel through war zones filled with opposition. The unseen realm is more active than the visible world. Humanity lives surrounded by spiritual battles without realizing their intensity. Angels still fight, demons still resist, and heaven still responds to faith. The forgotten war did not end with Daniel. It continues even now. Every prayer today still echoes through unseen dimensions. What you ask in faith may already be facing resistance. Heaven may already be fighting for your breakthrough. Spiritual warfare explains delays that logic cannot. God's timing is never late, even when it feels painfully slow. Faith is tested most when answers appear absent. Daniel's persistence teaches believers never to stop praying. Heaven honors endurance more than momentary belief. When faith refuses to quit, reinforcement is released. Michael still represents heaven's defense over God's people. Darkness knows authority and fears obedience to God. The unseen realm recognizes genuine faith immediately. Your prayer may disrupt demonic assignments over your life. What feels like waiting may actually be warfare. Silence does not mean defeat. It often means resistance is being broken. Heaven is not passive when you pray sincerely. Angels move with purpose the moment faith is activated. Darkness fights hardest when it senses its control slipping. Every believer is part of a larger cosmic battle. You are never alone, even when answers feel delayed. The unseen war determines outcomes before events unfold on earth. Faith aligns you with heaven's authority. Prayer invites divine intervention into human reality. Do not underestimate the power of persistence. Your prayer may be summoning reinforcements right now. Heaven measures faith, not speed. God's plans are never canceled by resistance. The war you cannot see is proof your prayer matters. Heaven is still responding, even in silence. Angels are still fighting on behalf of believers. Darkness is still being pushed back by faith. Spiritual battles shape personal destinies. Persistence transforms delay into victory. Faith outlasts resistance every time. What Daniel experienced reveals the unseen reality around us. The forgotten war explains the cost of breakthrough. Never stop praying, even when heaven feels quiet. Your faith is moving forces you cannot see. Heaven is fighting for you right now.